Coming up on this edition of SUTV News, students fight to keep a proposed project alive.
The Pride of North Dakota takes over Ireland.
And in sports, an alum comes back home to talk about the culture at the university.
This is SUTV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to this edition of SUTV News. I'm Brittany Hovland.
And I'm Abby Furchner. It's that time of year once again. Student body president and vice president elections are just around the corner.
Official announcements of candidates and campaigning began Wednesday. Two sets of nominees have put their names in the run. Robert Kringler and Aaron Weber are running the campaign of Your Campus, Your Voice, with their platform focusing on student safety, student fee accountability, and student experience. Running against them are Eric McDaniel and Josh Fergal with the campaign of Unified. Their platform includes web-based assessment, peer mentoring, and student government restructure. The campaigning will run from now until the day of voting. You can vote online April 8th and 9th at the website link below.
As this year's student body elections are coming up, certain student body president Sarah Russell and vice president Hillary Hogberg have only a few more weeks to wrap up what they have set out to do for the school year. One of those things was to push through the construction of the NDSU Aquatic Center. SUTV's Nate Manning took a trip to the Capitol to see if Sarah and Hillary could overcome some of the problems they have been having.
In the student body elections of 2013, NDSU students approved the construction of an aquatic center. But recently, North Dakota's House Appropriations Bill 1003 had the center taken out by the House Appropriations Committee. Student body president Sarah Russell and vice president Hillary Hogberg went to the latest Senate Appropriations Committee hearing in order to get the center back onto the bill and help get students' voices heard.
Our main goal is just to share the student voice as representatives of the student body. We wanted to be sure that their voices were truly heard during that hearing. Testimony was given from administrators as well as other members of NDSU with the students' perspective in mind.
According to Sarah and Hillary, testifying in front of the committee helped fix some of the misconceptions about what having the center in the bill meant and should get construction of the center back onto the bill.
But the reasoning behind that was just that they didn't want to fund any new projects at any universities in the state, but however, they're not going to be funding this project, they're just going to be authorizing it.
If the Aquatic Center gets authorized, then the long-awaited project can move forward.
The Aquatic Center is something that former students have voted on and wanted to pass and approve, and that's a legacy that they've left behind that they can say that they voted in that election. Our current students want it on campus, and those students that are yet to come. Our prospective students are definitely looking for a pool and an aquatic center on campus.
All the designs are finalized right now. They're just waiting on the bids to come in from the contractors, at which point they will break ground this summer, hoping to be completed by the fall of 2017.
But even before 2017, Sarah and Hillary are looking to push appropriations for something else through. Open educational resources, or, in simpler terms, online sources to potentially replace textbooks.
And so what that means is that they're introducing a new line item which would support our faculty members using these resources that are all online, available for free or reduced cost for students. So it would really greatly alleviate the cost of attendance at a university.
These resources are already something students see in the world today, so it makes sense to Sarah and Hillary to implement them further.
So much of our world is based around technology, and so if we have access to those open educational resources, why not use them?
Also, faculty members currently use a lot of different online resources already, whether it's YouTube, whether it's various articles available online. So we'd really just like to see that expanded, and that's where we're moving, I think, with our current state of technology.
At the end of the day, the two are happy with how the hearing went and hope for the best. Nate Manning reporting, SU TV News.
Also talked about by other NDSU representatives was funding for NDSU's Dunbar Hall.
Parking tickets. They're a daily occurrence for many at NDSU, and paying for them just got easier. You can now pay for tickets online at ndsu.edu/parking. Once there, click on Visitor Parking, and this opens a new page where there are two buttons, one for visitors and one for faculty and staff. Once you have chosen the correct one, you will be given instructions on how to pay. If you would still rather pay in person, you can at Bison Connection in the Memorial Union.
A new addition to the NDSU campus, the university is the first in the world to provide a card access bike sharing program. The idea of the bike sharing program was first discussed 3 years ago by student government. These bike racks can be found in front of the Memorial Union, the Wellness Center, and Reed Johnson Hall. The bikes are free for the first 30 minutes, and a fee will be charged for all additional minutes.
First and foremost, for transportation and access. I mean, we already have the MAT bus system, and a lot of people are driving to campus to park, but obviously there's still parking issues, and not everyone is able to work out the schedule for the buses, so this gives them a little more flexibility.
Currently, there are 101 bikes and 11 docking stations at NDSU and in downtown Fargo.
The NDSU College of Pharmacy, Nursing, and Allied Science is no more. They are now the College of Health Professions to better reflect the full scope of its academic mission. Areas within the college have also been updated to reflect their offerings. The new areas are the School of Pharmacy, the School of Nursing, the Department of Allied Science, and the Department of Public Health. The name change was approved Thursday by the North Dakota State Board of Higher Education.
When we come back, the pride of North Dakota stampedes across Ireland.
After this week's 7-day forecast.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the power of free checking with Kasasa. First Community Credit Union offers free ATMs, mobile banking, and are conveniently located right next to the campus of NDSU. We also offer Kasasa, which is a free checking account that pays you cash. Kasasa requires no minimum deposit to open, no monthly service fees, and don't forget the free ATMs. Discover the power of Kasasa at your local First Community Credit Union.
The NDSU bookstore has everything you need to show off your Bison pride. The bookstore can have you sporting green and gold wherever you go. It offers many different brands, sizes, styles, and selection so that you find exactly what you're looking for. Shop the NDSU bookstore and show your spirit today.
The pride of North Dakota might need to be called the pride of Ireland from now on.
SUTV's news director Cassie Rolfing has more on the Gold Star Marching Band going to Dublin, Ireland.
It's 3:30 in the morning right now on Friday morning.
60 of the 175 members of the Gold Star Marching Band made the full-day trek the Friday before spring break to their destination of Dublin, Ireland. They may have been across the sea without cell phone reception, but not without social media. Even with the constant updates, those who attended made sure to take it all in.
It was just absolutely beautiful there. You couldn't turn your head and not find something beautiful.
The GSMB may have gone over to Ireland to march, but that didn't stop them from enjoying the sights, sounds, and delicacies that the Irish have to offer.
What was your favorite part, guys?
Everything! After a few days of sightseeing, it was time for the reason they made this journey.
That's the reason we're here. We're about to begin.
The St. Patrick's Day Parade.
550,000 people in the audience were very friendly towards us and clapped and cheered, and we even heard a couple of "Go Bison" from the crowd. And
it was crazy awesome. There's so many people. It was like 2 miles long, and the people like all the way, the whole way, and they're cheering for us. And The people are just so friendly.
This was the first year an instrumental ensemble from NDSU has traveled overseas.
We were well received over there. So I think as ambassadors from NDSU, I think we did a good job with that. We acquitted ourselves well.
And as those who were there can tell you, it was worth it.
Be able to go to a different country my very first year in college just for fun is just absolutely incredible.
Amazing, like who gets to say their last gig ever probably, like as an official member of the band, is Ireland in the St. Patrick's Day parade. Like, are you kidding me?
Cassie Rolfing reporting, SU TV News.
Other members of the Gold Star Marching Band who were not in Ireland made their way to the NCAA tournament to support the Bison men's basketball team.
When most people think of NDSU, the first thought that comes to mind probably isn't fashion. For this month's Org of the Month, SU TV's Amber Zalondek gives us an inside look at the fashion, apparel, and business organization.
The Fashion, Apparel, and Business Organization, or more commonly known as FABO, is NDSU's token fashionistas.
We're kind of geared towards the retail merchandising and apparel design majors, but we also welcome any major and kind of just about those who love fashion and kind of want to get involved with campus.
Meeting once a month, the group schedules professionals in the area to speak about their careers, education, opportunities, and their shared passion, fashion.
And it's another way to network. It's a great way to kind of get involved and to kind of get your face recognized so that when you go out there, you have someone that's like, hey, I've seen you before.
FABO is also known for their annual fashion show featuring local boutiques alongside student designs. This year's theme, Fargo Fashion Week. As a way to capture the local aesthetic, FABO is planning to show just why Fargo is so special.
There's just more to the city that people expect.
Fargo Fashion Week is kind of going to be based on styles that we see here in Fargo. We're featuring a lot of stores that are just Fargo based, along with a lot of retailers that college students shop at.
Advised by a faculty member and senior lecturer, Sarah Sunderland sees that FABO stays on track in more than one way.
FABO is a wonderful place for our students to showcase what they are learning in the classroom and do it in real life. And they make connections that they will use forever when they get out of school. And it's very useful for them. So it's a worthwhile endeavor on our part.
The connections that you make here, you can make a lot of friends if you open up and get involved.
However, with FABO, there's more to it than what meets the runway. Volunteering, group activities, and networking. Amber Zalondek reporting for SU TV News.
You can catch FABO's fashion show, Fargo Fashion Week, on April 22nd in the Great Plains Ballroom.
The end of the semester is in less than 55 days, and for many students, the job hunt is upon them. And One Career Center program is helping students look their best when interviewing for a future job. The NDSU Career Closet started in January 2nd and already has over 200 items of clothing in almost every size. You can view the collection in its entirety online on the NDSU Career Center's website and then call the center to set up an appointment. The clothing can be borrowed for up to 2 weeks, and there's one more thing the staff wants students to know.
Basically that it's available to them. Now that we have the clothes, we might as well just have students come in and use them. It doesn't do any benefit to us to have the clothes, so it's a benefit for the students to use.
All the clothing was donated by NDSU faculty and staff, and borrowing the items are free to currently enrolled students.
After the break, an established alum makes her way back to NDSU.
Stay with us.
The NDSU bookstore has everything you need to show off your Bison pride. The bookstore can have you sporting green and gold wherever you go. It offers many different brands, sizes, styles, and selection so that you find exactly what you're looking for. Shop the NDSU bookstore and show your spirit today.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the power of free checking with Kisasa. First Community Credit Union offers free ATMs, mobile banking, and are conveniently located right next to the campus of NDSU. We also offer Kisasa, which is a free checking account that pays you cash. Kisasa requires no minimum deposit to open, no monthly service fees, and don't forget the free ATMs. Discover the power of Kisasa at your local First Community Credit Union.
SUTV News is a production of the Bison Information Network in conjunction with North Dakota State University's Department of Communication Broadcast Program. For more information, go to www.ndsubin.com.
Welcome back. Now that spring has arrived, you might be thinking it's time to dust off that old gym membership and get back into your workout routine. But what has happened to your body while you hit pause on your workout during this winter?
Skipping the gym is so easy to do, especially during the cold winter months, and sometimes a break is good. But when you start missing your workouts more frequently, it can quickly impact your body. According to the experts, just how fast you fall out of shape depends on two factors: the level of fitness you were at before and how long you had been exercising. The longer you had been in shape and the fitter you were, the longer it will take your muscle to lose tone and turn into flab during your time off. But don't let this be an excuse to give yourself permission for a long hiatus from the gym. Experts say 1 week off is generally okay. In fact, a short break is sometimes good for rest and muscle recovery. But once you approach 2 weeks away from your routine, that is where the concern sets in. A study in the Journal of Applied Physiology says the 14-day mark, you can see a loss of cardiovascular fitness, lean muscle mass, and insulin sensitivity. And the type of exercise you skip during your hiatus is also important. If you take a break from strength training or high-intensity intervals, then experts say you will see a big change when you get back in the gym because you weren't using what's called your fast twitch muscles during your time off. By comparison, experts say if you missed your endurance training, this hits something called slow twitch muscles. These muscles are still in use when you are not hitting the gym, so it will take longer for you to feel the impact of missing the gym. So get your sneakers on. This is all just inspiration to get to the gym.
The NDSU College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences hosted a special guest earlier this week. A 2003 graduate who spent time in the broadcast industry has been given the 2014 College Distinguished Alumni Award. Lindsay Rendlen-Latze worked as an investigative reporter and TV news anchor in Missouri. After 4 years in the field, she decided to switch careers and went back to the school to become a lawyer.
I was not expecting that whatsoever. It was very much a surprise when Dean Sandstrom reached out to me early in December and asked if I would accept the award, and explained that I had been nominated by the communications department. So very honored and very humbled.
Latze currently works for Gray Bar in St. Louis as Director of Employment Practices and Policy.
An Oscar winner has a major surgical procedure, and a comedian is honored for his work. Mary Muller has those stories and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Angelina Jolie has undergone another major preventative surgery. Just 2 years after having a double mastectomy, Jolie has now had her ovaries and fallopian tubes removed. The actress says she found out she carries the mutation of a gene which puts her at a high risk of developing certain types of cancer. She says that plus her family history led her to have the surgery. Jolie has lost her mother, grandmother, and aunt to cancer. Will Ferrell is the latest celebrity to be honored on Hollywood's Walk of Fame. The comedian was introduced by co-stars Molly Shannon and John C. Reilly, among others. The SNL vet has starred and appeared in over 40 movies, plus countless TV appearances, in addition to producing and launching comedic website Funny or Die. Damian Lewis is heading back to Showtime, but Homeland fans don't get too excited. Brody's still gone. Lewis is set to star alongside Paul Giamatti in a new drama called Billions, set in the world of high finance. The series goes into production later this year, airing in 2016. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Mary Muller.
Joining us now is sports reporter Allie Thorson.
What do you have tonight for us, Allie? Well, the NFL draft is soon approaching, and that means Bison football news coming up next in sports.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the power of free checking with Kasasa. First Community Credit Union offers free ATMs, mobile banking, and are conveniently located right next to the campus of NDSU. We also offer Kasasa, which is a free checking account that pays you cash. Kasasa requires no minimum deposit to open, no monthly service fees, and don't forget the free ATMs. Discover the power of Kasasa at your local First Community Credit Union.
The NDSU bookstore has everything you need to show off your Bison pride. The bookstore can have you sporting green and gold wherever you go. It offers many different brands, sizes, styles, and selection so that you find exactly what you're looking for. Shop the NDSU bookstore and show your spirit today.
Welcome back. Job interviews can be very intense for some people, but for a select group of NDSU athletes, today carries more pressure than usual. For the seniors at NDSU's Pro Day, their workout is like a job interview. But only there's more than one employer there, dozens of media members scrutinizing their every move, and possibly millions of dollars at stake. The seniors that performed their workouts were safety Christian Dudzik, running back John Crockett, linebacker Carlton Littlejohn, defensive ends Kyle Emanuel and Cole Jarek, and kicker Adam Keller. Among the NFL teams that had scouts attend were the Panthers, Bears, Vikings, Browns, Ravens, and Titans. Many players and coaches come and go through NDSU athletic programs, but there is a simple saying tossed around about the mindset here in Fargo, and that simply is, once a Bison, always a Bison. NDSU announced one of its alumni, Gus Bradley, head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, is coming home to Fargo to talk about the culture of NDSU athletics. Bradley will speak at a dinner hosted by NDSU at the Hilton Garden Inn on April 9th. In his time as a player at NDSU, Bradley was a four-time North Central Conference selection at free safety from 1984 to 1988. He then went on to pursue a coaching career, working at NDSU as an assistant from 1996 to 2005 before joining the NFL ranks. Lorix Alexander has had a whirlwind of a season. Not only did he win Summit League Player of the Year and led the Bison to the NCAA tournament, but now the Bison guard is selected as a mid-major All-American. Alexander is up for the Lou Henson Award, which goes to the Mid-Major Player of the Year. The winner of the award will be announced April 3rd in Indianapolis. Alexander broke records this year, including most wins as a Bison and most threes in a season with 107. Lost in the mix of one of the bigger stories on NDSU's campus is what is happening across the river. Sure, NDSU made it to the big dance this year, But Minnesota State University Moorhead, the Dragons, have made a deep run into the men's basketball Division II tournament. The Dragons have made it to the Elite Eight, the furthest the school has made it in its history. It would take on Bellarmine. Though the clock struck midnight on MSUM's Cinderella run as they fell 92-75. The Dragons were only down by 6 at the half, but a 14-2 run right out of halftime by Bellarmine doomed MSUM. Minnesota State Moorhead finishes its season with a 35-3 record, which is the best in its school history. Well, after all she has accomplished this year, Erin Tessick might need a bigger trophy case. The Bison Junior runner added Summit League Indoor Track Athlete of the Year to her list of accomplishments Wednesday. Tessick also received All-American honors earlier this year for the mile and the 3,000-meter run. The Winnipeg native has also shattered records at NDSU this year by running a 4-minute, 32-second mile that cut 9 seconds off the school record, and running a time of 9 minutes, 2 seconds in the 3,000-meter race, shaved off 28 seconds from the previous school record. Tessick is the third straight NDSU woman named Indoor Track Athlete of the Year. For the second consecutive week, NDSU senior outfielder Alex Sabero was named the Summit League Softball Player of the Week. Sabero has never won the award until these past 2 weeks. The main reason she has been chosen for this honor, she has been on fire at the plate. Sabero was an outstanding 13 of 26 at the plate, had 4 RBIs and 9 runs scored over the course of the week. The center fielder helped the Bison go a perfect 7-0 last week and 23-5 overall.
Thanks, Allie.
When we come back, one member of a popular boy band goes in a different direction.
Stay with us.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech. First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There is also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online by evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site. It is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email, and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, you will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
It's official, Zayn Malik is going off in a different direction. The British pop group One Direction released a statement on its Facebook page wishing Zayn well. The boy band is promising to continue on as a foursome. In the statement, Zayn apologized to fans and said he's had fun with One Direction, but he wants to relax and have some privacy like a normal 22-year-old. Music producer Simon Cowell, who is behind the group's rocket to stardom, says he likes Zayn and is sorry to see him leave, but the band will play on.
Thank you for watching this edition of SUTV News.
Be sure to pick up a copy of The Spectrum and check us out on Facebook or follow us on Twitter.
Also, visit us at ndsubin.com for your chance to win some special prizes.
Have a great night.